Okay, we're back. We're here in the planar sphere in Othkatla. I think we're probably just going to run, well, a lot of long overdue errands, but still late at night. I think we're going to wait for daylight at least to avoid, I guess, bandits in town.
How can I help?
Plus, I think we're going to move whatever we might have stored here, which is probably only one thing. The dagger that Nara made for Lilly. There it is. There's the golem. Only because this location is not really ideal. Alright, stone skin?
Yep.
In case the Gith Yankee come back.
What?
I think as long as she has a sequencer set up. There we go.
You can feel the wrongness in such a place. It has seeped into the very rocks themselves.
Masley's talking about Lilly's sphere. Alright. Hopefully this golem isn't blocking the door.
Yes?
Yeah, because the sphere doesn't seem...
Gather your party before venturing forth.
Isn't the most ideal location. Lilly can never find the north gate to the slums. And there's really no services nearby. At least with the Mithrest, we have Rybold Barterman's, the Temple, Glump the Bookkeeper, Hess. A lot of services nearby. Here we don't get any of them. Alright. Yeah, ultimately I think we really want to go to Cromwell's to commission a few items. Actually, coming from the planar sphere is probably a good time to bring up two interesting things. Found out. Well, actually we need to pick up, yeah, two components from the Mithrest that we need to bring to Cromwell's. I think it was John Zoidberg, 1417, brought up the fact that in the Dragonland setting, there's no such thing as halflings, or any race, I guess, comparable to them.
What is it?
Which is interesting, because when you consider the Solamic Knights who were, I guess, perplexed by those savage halflings in the sphere, then it makes sense. They've probably never seen creatures like that. And I think it was thanks to Real Arcalian who brought up those halflings in the sphere were probably from the Dark Sun setting, as I think halflings from that setting are described as savage and cannibalistic. I guess what's interesting with that is that, of course, Dark Sun, I think it comes after Forgotten Realms. It was introduced, I think, in 1991, but as part of that Dying Earth genre, which includes the work of Jack Vance, whose work has influenced Dungeons & Dragons, including such basic concepts as the fire and forget method of spellcasting. So it's kind of interesting how all this goes full circle.
Am I needed?
Alright. Here's statuesque Minsk and Korgan. Actually, you know what? While we're here...
What?
Should probably stow some obvious things. I think Lilly has a journal entries from Irenicus. Plus, are the Vigil Stone and Ritual Skull for Warden's Keep. Not going to need that right away. Warden's Note from Spellhold. Okay. Probably put that away. Let Duke out. And probably put the patrol leader's helmet away. Boy, what else? We have all this anti-vampiric equipment, if that's what you call it. This we want to bring to Cromwell to see if he can do anything with it. Adamantine dust from the Powafui cloak. Alright.
Please, let me help.
Here's Duke. Quite a lucky familiar, I think. He isn't... not really ever in any danger. Patrol leader's helmet. Alright. Yeah, and I guess we'll be... well, hold on to that. Second Journal of John Irenicus, and 2 copies of the First Journal of John Irenicus. Vigil Stone, Warden's Note, and Ritual Scroll. I think what we're picking up is Crom Faeyr Scroll. And the Pommel Jewel of the Equalizer. We picked up oh so long ago. Not anticipating fighting Bodhi right away. Alright, 4 stakes and 3 holy waters. Alright.
Yes?
Actually, while we're here, well...
What is it?
Might as well before... might forget. Lily wants to speak with Julia. I think she's curious if she can't get a refund. She's not going to push it. She actually received what she ordered, which was 200 pounds of that lithium alloy.
What?
I think the problem is she feels like she wasn't... the guarantee wasn't necessarily fulfilled that he fell for.
What?
But she doesn't have much hope that
For the glory
it's going to be reimbursed.
Greetings, good customer. A pearl to you.
No, alright. A pleasure doing business with you. Alright.
Yes?
For the glory of Am.
Yeah, we have so many little things that need to be taken care of. Just afraid that I'm going to forget. Alright, but we think we have the components for... I think at least 3 things. The Equalizer, Crom Faeyr, and now we recently picked up the hilt for a silver sword. Hoping that Cromwell can forge that.
What is it?
Actually, one thing I could bring up I thought was interesting, the anti-paladin that we saw with the Githyanki that recently attacked the party in the slums. It sounded like it. It's actually an evil paladin, but what's interesting is I always wondered about that, because I know in 3rd edition and beyond they have the concept of a fallen or evil paladin. I think it might be called a blackguard. But you can't necessarily play one in this game, for example, as a player character, but it turns out the anti-paladin is a 1st edition NPC class. It wasn't intended to be played by players, it was just meant as a enemy.
What?
But for 1st edition, it goes all the way back to Dragon issue number 39, 1980.
What?
That's almost 30 years ago. That's how old that class is. And I guess I might as well explain, in case you're not aware, Dragon magazine was of course published by TSR. So things that were included in that magazine often became supplemental canon for the system. Alright.
I need a swig of some strong dwarven ale.
Alright, so asking Cromwell to, I guess, take a look at the items that we have. Eva Hammer Thunderbolts, Gauntlets of Ogre Power, Girdle of Frost Giant Strength, and a scroll with the Thunderhammer's true name, Crom Faeyr. 'Tis a collection that would widen the eyes of the soul forger himself. I could create the Crom Faeyr for ye, friend, if you've the interest, of course. Yeah, I think Lilly's curious how much. Alright. I think like last time, he's going to need time, I guess as we observe. 10,000 coin. Alright. It's been a long time in the collecting of these components. So of course, Lilly's wants him to go ahead and do it. Wow. Yeah, with those Githyanki, the other class I think we saw was a Gish, which I think is just a corruption of Gith. And it's just a dual-class fighter mage, I guess. But they didn't actually appear to really do that much during that battle. So I'm not sure how formidable
It timber's bad enough without ye bothering me.
how formidable the Gish really were. Alright. Giving us the forged Crom Faeyr. Awfully expensive. Let's see this. Yeah, the true name that dwarven weaponsmith Silverblade gave to the weapon that he created for his son. I think what I was curious about is it really going to have all the features of the component parts? Hopefully it's, what do you call that, synergistic? even greater than the sum of its parts. Yeah, it sounds like it. Looks like additional properties here. Enormous strength and the ability to kill golems, ettins, and trolls in one blow. Wow, look at that. 25 strength. I think even 18 strength is considered heroic. I'm not even sure how to interpret strength that high. And I don't even see a percent chance here on killing the 2 golem types, or ettins or trolls. Wow. We didn't need that Rod of Smiting, but I guess for the other golem types. Boy. That's something else. Laconia, look at that. Alright. I think the problem is that we utilized one of the belts of strength. Yeah. So I think Jahir's going to have to pass hers along to Mazzy. Can't remember what... Alright. That's something to consider. Might want to see if Rybold had another belt of strength, but I don't think he did. Looking if she has... Just for everybody? Oh, it's the party. I thought there was a strength spell for the caster. Kind of like a draw upon Holy Might. I guess druids don't get anything like that. Alright.
Yes?